Hello, class. Hope all of you are having a good day so far. Today you should have received four things in Schoology. All right, all four things I'm going to explain to you in this video today. All right, this is your end of the year project. It's like your cumulative project to kind of close out the school year. These instructions I'm going to go through, and then I'll explain each of your options for the project, and then I will have a conference for first period at 9 o'clock. Second period, your conference will begin at 9:45, and sixth period, your conference will begin at 12:30. Then eighth period, your conference will begin at 1:45. All of those times are in Schoology. The conference time is set up, so please be attentive to those times. That's when I will answer any questions you may have on the project or the instructions. So you are choosing one of the three projects I'm going to present to you today. Or you're picking one of the three. There's no extra credit for doing all three or two of the three. I'm going to grade one. All right, our final conference of the year will be June 11th, all right, 2020. That would have been the day of our exam. All right, that is like the last day to ask me any questions about your project or what I may be looking for. Okay, and then your project is due the next day, June 12th at 8 a.m. All right, and you'll lose 10 points for every day that it is late. So you have June 12th at 8 a.m. After that, it is going to be considered late. Okay, so you'll lose 10 points, and this project is worth 2 test grades that'll count towards your trimester 3 average. Okay, and your final grade for the year will basically be your average of trimester 1, 2, and 3. All right, your projects must be handwritten, must be done neatly, and you will lose points if your paragraphs are not legible or if you did not meet the required amount of writing for the project. All right, please be sure to write in complete sentences. Do not abbreviate. All right, do not use shorthand. Do your best for spelling. You have the internet with you while you do this project, so if you really don't know how to spell something, look it up. Most likely it's in our notes or iBook, but you can also, use the internet as well. In your next explanations, you're graded on factual content more than your personal opinion. So I'm looking for content that we talked about over the course of the school year. I don't want to necessarily hear, why you think so-and-so was a bad leader, or why you didn't like this civilization, or why you thought this civilization was, explain to me if you like the civilization, explain to me the specific facts about that civilization to me. Okay, be very creative with your answers. I gave you an example there of a sentence I am not looking for, like, I like Augustus because he is cool. Okay, that's nice and all, but not really for this project. All right, and please explain your choices. So your first option for the end of the year, please be sure to follow these very important project instructions. There are 6 points there. I kind of bolded the things that were very important. And make sure, another thing, must be handwritten. Okay, no typing. And make sure it's legible. If I can't read it, then you're going to lose points off the project. All right, so you have plenty of time to do this. It's not due to June 11th, so it's like 2 weeks. All right, take your time and use your notes, use your iBook. I'm not looking for research here. I'm not looking to see what you find on the internet. Tell me the information from what we discussed this year. Okay, so if you have any other questions, I'll be able to conference, and then on Monday I'll take some time out of the conference to answer any questions. But we will still be covering Chapter 11 and finish that chapter. Thank you, everyone, and this is the last major project or major assignment of the year. Best of luck, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a good weekend, and be sure to get outside and enjoy the weather. Have a great day. Bye. It is called A Trip Back in Time. This project is kind of modeled after like Back in the Future, for any of you who have seen that movie. So the directions, I'll read them to you. If you could go back in time and travel to any 4 ancient cities or civilizations that we discussed this year, which ones would they be? Okay, so you have to pick 4 ancient cities or civilizations from, all right, this text box here. All right, so pick 4. Either Sumer, Babylon, Persepolis, Egypt, Athens, Sparta, China, Ghana, Rome, Constantinople, Aachen, or Macedonia. All right, and then explain your choices by writing 1 paragraph for each choice about each ancient city or civilization, and please be sure to explain why you would want to travel to each of those ancient cities or civilizations, and each choice will be worth 25 points. So you'll pick your first choice here, whatever it may be. Explain to me about that city or civilization, and then why you'd want to travel there, why you'd want to go back in time and go there. So you have name city of for number 1, civilization here. 1, if you don't like that option. And then if you go trip back in time, please be sure, if you were to go back in time and travel to any of these places, where would you go? And maybe some of you would want to go visit one of these places once this pandemic is all done and people are able to travel again. All right, so if you have any questions, I'm going to set up a conference like for 5 or 10 minutes. You don't have to go into the conference. Today is usually a video day, but if you would like to speak to me or ask me questions, you certainly can. And then you have the same thing for numbers 2, 3, and 4, and I'm looking for 4 to 6 sentences about each city. So that's option. There's another choice for you, and this is kind of created from what was out there on social media, using money to, create your dream team. Now I want you to create your historical dream team. Over the course of this year, we've talked about a lot of important ancient historical figures, and I would like you to create your History 6 historical dream team. And you'll have 10 points to use, so you have to use a little math here. But you must pick at least 1 person from each row to equal 10 points. Okay, so I'm looking for you to get a person from each row to equal 10 points. That is also part of this project. Okay, so you can't just pick like, Pericles, Julius Caesar, and Hammurabi, and then Commodus, because then you never used the rows that would be for 3 or 2 points. So you have to use all 4 rows. So you have to kind of do some thinking there. All right, and then pick your 4 people. Explain your choices. Same thing as the last option in a paragraph, 4 to 6 sentences. And please include a detailed reasoning of why you would want that person on your dream team, and each choice will be worth 25 points. All right, so if pick number 1 is Julius Caesar, all right, you write Julius Caesar in here. Okay, write him in there. That's 4 points, and then write an explanation of why you'd want him on your historical. Make sure that it adds up to 10. That is part of this project. So for those of you that may not like math, maybe you want to do the other options, but I think this is a fun, creative way to kind of cap off our year going over the famous historical people that we talked about this year. And then if you chose your historical dream team, explain why would you want them on your dream team of history people, and give detailed reasoning. Team. Then number 2, 3, 4. Please be sure to fill in the number of points used, and I will be doing the math. Option is the 4 wonders of History 6, and this is kind of modeled after, there's 7 wonders of the world, there's 7 wonders of the ancient world. Now I want you to find 4 wonders of History 6. Over the course of the year, we've discussed numerous forms of architecture that have been built by man, and I want you to create your 4 Wonders of History 6 list by choosing 4 of the following forms of architecture in this text box that we discussed, and explain your choice by writing a paragraph about each type of architecture. Again, 4 to 6 sentences, and include a detailed reasoning. So if you pick the Terracotta Army as your first Wonder of History 6, explain why you chose the Terracotta Army. What fascinates you about the Terracotta Army that we discussed? It's either in your iBook or from your notes. And then I created all of these projects with the idea of you enjoying them and not doing it just as like busy work. I want you to have fun with them. Be creative in your sentence structure and your paragraph structure. Try and buy into whichever choice you choose. If you're choosing 4 Wonders of History 6, imagine you're choosing, why is this a wonder of History 6? Why is it, above all the other forms of architecture that we talked about? Explain that for each. Do the same thing for numbers 2, 3, and 4. So